CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again one more time. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. You know me, I'm doing all right. So what's going on? What's going on? Who's live right now? Talk to me. Today's Sunday. Beautiful day today. Nice weather. Just popping up live real quick. See what you guys is up to. Let me see who in here. Who in here? Manuel, Harim, first one in here. What's going on, my guy? Been a minute. Been a minute. Haven't seen y'all in a minute. A couple of days. I'm like, yeah, it's been mad long. It's been just a couple of days. What's good? What's good? What's good? You go by MJ? All right. I like that. You gotta have a nickname. You gotta make it sound cool too. So right now I'm just here in the crib, checking up on you guys, see what you guys is up to for this weekend. See what you guys did. If y'all did anything. Give me 1 second, guys. Going through the darkness. I'm gonna pop up right now. Hang out in the garage a little bit. It's too much sun. What's going on? What's going on? Billy Rodriguez. Like, yo, still in Orlando now? I'm in Tampa. Tampa, Florida, bro. We're here temporarily. I said we're getting the hell out of here. Getting out of Tampa. Hopefully by June, we'll be like in Georgia. Something new, you know what I mean? Every few years, got to switch it up. Got to get the hell out. Do something new. Let me see. Says, sup, Joe? Nothing but work for the wicked. Yep. Houston, Texas, where I'm at. Yeah, I was thinking about Texas, but I don't know, man. You know, Texas might be a little bit of a trip. And, you know, I like the mountains, man. Georgia is nice. So, you know, I like taking the kids apple picking, shit like that. You know, I'm a family man. You get what I'm saying? I'm a family man. So I got to do things. Even, you know, if I was like a younger side, whatever, I would be like, hey, I'll be in Miami, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm a family man. So when you become a family man, you do decisions that benefit your family, you know? So let me see. Shout out to everybody that's in here. I appreciate it that you guys are popping up on a Sunday with me. And yeah, man, by the way, for anybody that's watching this, yes, CodingPhase.com, still 50% off. Go get it, right? Go sign up. If you still haven't signed up, take advantage. This is the moment you want to come in. Earlier today, I was working on a couple of new things. We just added a new interactive lesson for CSS Flexbox. A lot of people always struggle with Flexbox, so went in, created a simple interactive lesson so you guys can go in and follow it through. And for those of you guys that are still, you know, in the beginner stages, still learning a couple of things, y'all could have an easier journey. Let me see. Ariel Wanton says, hey, I'm outside. Can y'all come in? Come through, bro. I'm right here. I'm in the front, bro. You'll find me right here in the garage. Me in my garage. So yeah, man, what you guys are planning for this week? I'm planning on focusing on a couple of things that I gotta do within CodingPhase and getting ready for this trading course that's coming out. I want to get it done you know, all of December. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, as I build the course, I'm gonna take $1,000 and show you guys how I grow that $1,000. You know, probably double it, triple it in that 1 month. And then at the same time teaching you within the course, like, hey, this is how you do it, right? This is how you use the tools. You use Webull, you use TradingView, how to find out about news, like what's some good resources that you guys should follow. From there also too, breaking down, you know, the mistakes that I've made trading, right? I always like to teach this way, right, where I show you the mistakes that I've made so you don't have to make them again. I give you like an example, like in 2023 I lost like 50 something thousand dollars learning to trade, in a sense, right? I mean, I had 15,000. I grew that 15,000 to 50 something thousand, and then I lost everything. Not the whole thing. I lost like, I ended up like taking it out when I was already like at 8,000, which is crazy. But the thing is that you have to be careful when you trade. You got to get in. You got to first of all start using a simulator. Don't use real cash. And if you do use real cash, just start with 1,000. That's it. 1,000. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna be a big loss. It is what it is, right? Um, Also too, you know, for me, I didn't even take a course. I just went in. I said, hey, I'm buying something low and I'm getting out high, right? And I had a couple of good wins in the beginning, but then from there, like, you get greedy. When you're trading, this is a thing that you could easily become very greedy, and you try to do things that a person who has experience wouldn't do. Like, I give you an example. Like, I remember when I took the 15,000, and it was like in the beginning, it was like 2023 February, around there. And I went in and basically I hit a couple of them like crazy. With like 5,000, the 5,000 went to like 10,000, took the 10,000, made it into 20,000, and I did that flip a couple of times, a couple of trades, and I got hype, right? Sometimes you get hype and you think like this is how it is every day. That's not how it is every day. That's some shit that could happen one time, you know, once a month. That's why it's important to look at the market every day and be active in the market, because when opportunities are there, you got to be able to know when the opportunity is there. But sometimes when you're a beginner, you try to force plays. You cannot force it. You know, what's good, babe? You good? I'll come out in a little bit. So yeah, you try to force it, and when you try to force it, like, you got to understand, like, there's days that you'll make 50% of whatever your investment was, and there's days that you're gonna make 1%. And even if it's 1%, it's a win, because you have like 20, 21 days around there, right, in a month that you could trade. So if you go in and you have 1% each day, you're basically getting 20% by the end of the month. But when you're trying to get fast money, you get into this shit, you do the wrong things. And that's why I want to go in and teach you guys this, you know, because it's a really good skill to have, especially nowadays, with everything that's happening in the world. Like, you want to be able to make side income from different streams, right? So you have your job, you have the things that you could do on the side, maybe a digital product, maybe building a business, freelancing, whatever it is. You bring money from there, and then what do you do with that money? You got to put that money to work for you. Now, of course, this is not financial advice, right? I'm not an expert. I don't want to nobody come in like, yo, Joe told me to do this and that, and shit, I lost money. That's on you, right? I'm gonna teach you guys everything that I did wrong in the beginning and how I flipped it around by actually learning the right things. And just really, it was more about knowing how to use the tools. You know, when I started trading in the beginning, I was trading with just, you know, the buy buttons. You can't day trade like that. you got to use the shortcuts, right? Because you want to be able to get in and be able to get out quickly. Also, too, you cannot hold for long. Like, if you go in and you be like, okay, I'm jumping on a trade and I lose, let's say 3%, 5%, get out. It don't matter what it is, right? It don't matter if it's gonna come back up later. Don't even think that's gonna come back up. That shit could continue going down. And that's what happened to me in the beginning. I had so many good wins in the beginning that from there I will see like, oh man, this thing is gonna come back up. And guess what? Some of them shits never came back up. So now I will be selling at you know, a 50% loss, when in reality, for you to get 50%, it's gonna be hard. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for you to get 50%. So why are you holding it till 50%? Expecting that it's gonna come back up. It's like, nah, bro. You already lost 5%. Get out. That's it. Call it a day. It's a bad trade. And yeah, in the beginning, that's the things that I was doing wrong in 2023. But also too, it's all psychological. I always talk to you guys about this. In 2023, I was going through a lot, man. You know, Again, I always tell you guys the stuff about the hurricane, all that shit that happened in my house. Like, the last 2 years have been like hell for me, because I always been good, but having that shit, that situation, like, really set me back, where mentally I just wasn't there. So when you're trading off, like, in a sense of like desperation, right? Because again, like what happened, whatever, hurricane, I had to imagine, you go in, you buy your first home, you put everything that you got into that home. After you put everything that you got into that home, the home gets destroyed, everything gets fucking flooded, everything gets all messed up, you gotta get new floors, new stuff, everything gotta be brand new. And now you're thinking insurance is gonna cover it. Insurance comes in, doesn't cover it. So now you gotta take that loss. Okay? You gotta take that loss. And then on top of that, you got contractors, you got fucking people taking your money, a bunch of shit that was happening. Mind you, when I come in here and you see me on YouTube, you're like, damn, Joe's having a fucking great day. And 90% of the time, I'm having a great day. But those days that are bad are extremely bad. So yeah, so my mind wasn't there to make like the sound decision. Like, if you go in and you trading and you losing $5,000 in one day, like, that's it. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because you already made a lot of money. But when you having so much fucking expenses, like, I'm telling you guys, like, expenses were like fucking 50,000 here, 80,000 there, fucking of paying a mortgage and another home, and paying for people in Dominican Republic, and paying for your mom's in New York, like, so much shit. So even though I had made like 50,000 trading, in reality, 50,000 wasn't shit for me, right? So I had to go in my mind. I'm like, nah, I need to flip this shit to 300, 400,000, so I could come in, uh, become whole of whatever fucking bullshit I'm already spending and paying for, and I'll be good. But guess what? You can't think like that, right? It's the same thing. Like, some of you guys might be going through situations right now, and you might think like even trading or doing any other things is gonna be the solution to your problems. And in reality, it's not gonna happen like that. I mean, you could win the lottery if you play it, right? But the truth is that everything takes time. And that's the thing that I've learned, even with trading. Like, when you trade, you have to have a clear mind. You can't, this is something that's very psychological, right? Like, it's all about how you feeling, how your mind is clear. You got to get good sleep so you can make the sound decisions. You get what I'm saying? So for me at the time, I just wasn't there. 2024 was the same thing. 2025, much better. Now I'm back. I'm more clear. I'm made way more money than I've lost before. And but also too, like, I didn't know how to use the tools. I didn't know how to properly set like my buys, when to sell, how to use indicators that will let me know indicators are not perfect, but indicators will tell you, hey man, that's it, you're on a downtrend. Like, get the fuck out, right? Um, and when you're a beginner, right, you kind of need that. Like, now I could look at a chart and I know exactly what's happening. What will be like my enter price and what will be like my exit. Also, too, like, I think too that when you're trying to make a lot of bread, especially with trading, and because again, you might not have your mind clear. Like, right at the time, I didn't have my mind clear, bro. Like, there will be times that I'll be like, I'm up like 12,000, and I'm not selling because I'm like, now I gotta make this to 20. It's gonna get to 20 right now. Mind you, I'm like already like 50, 60%. But the previous day, maybe a stock went up 500%, right? And mind you, I missed it because I was busy. I was doing CodingPhase. I was helping people out, doing all this shit, right? And so I'm like trying to rush for that. Man, I could come in and get this next day is gonna be like this, the same shit that happened yesterday. I could get this 500%. 500% means like you multiply your investment by 5 in a sense, right? 100% means that you made 100% of whatever you invested. If you put in 1,000, you made 1,000 back, right? If you go in and you put in 1,000, put into 1,000, the shit goes 500%. Then now you go in and you made 5,000, right? You basically got 4,000 plus your 1,000. Okay. Um, so yeah, so that's the thing. Those are mistakes that you do as a rookie, as a beginner, and those are the things that I'm trying to save you guys from, so you could do it properly. The best thing that I've learned over the last, I've been trading since 2012, but I was doing like long-term investment. I always thought that day trading was a scam, and in reality, it's not that it's a scam. It's like you gotta know how to do it properly, you know. But the best way to do investments is really long-term investments. Like, I give you an example. Like, right now, Nvidia is down, right? Somebody will say, "Damn man, the AI bubble's done." I'm gonna be honest with you. That company's not going nowhere, right? Back in the beginning of April when they hit the tariffs, Nvidia went to like $86. Mind you, this stock has already split up multiple times, right? So what used to be $1,000 became $100 per stock, right? $100 per stock. So basically, if you bought it like 2023 or previously, you basically got like 10 stocks for one, right? You got 10 stocks for one. Now, anybody that's buying now, they will look at that and say, well, in 2024, around there, early 2025, it was, $100. In reality, that shit is $1,000. It's just they split it up so more people can buy it at a cheaper price. Now, when the tariffs came in, Nvidia dropped to like 80 something, 86, 87. Mind you, it touched like 220 this year. So it went from 86 to 220. So if you would have went in and bought in on that dip on the tariffs, even if you went in and you bought $20 a day, right? $20 a day, $5 a day, you could set all of that up automatically. Just auto investment. You would have doubled your money, whatever it was that you was investing. You would have doubled your money by September. Okay, right now it's at 176. Where do I think it will go? It could drop a little bit more. It could drop a little bit more to maybe, 160, 150. But Nvidia's Nvidia. You get what I'm saying? Like, that company ain't going nowhere right now. That's the number one company that is needed for games, right? It's needed for AI. It's needed for mining crypto. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that shit is not going nowhere, and it's gonna be needed for once they go into for robotics. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a long-term play. So when you see these opportunities, you got to get in there, even with something small. Now, what I tell people is like this: is like you want to invest at least 5%, 5 to 10% of whatever you make every single month. If you make $5,000, try to put in $500. And you might say, damn, but that's a lot, Joe. I'm telling you, over time, you're gonna have a lot of freaking money saved up. And your investments is gonna continue to grow as long as you put it into companies that are sound and legit. Day trading, on the other hand, is different. Like you see guys like Ross Cameron or Cameron Ross, whatever his name is. That guy, the way he trades, he don't even look at the companies that are legit. It's just whatever is moving. So he comes in, gets 10% or 10 cents on a dollar, and he makes money. So if he buys in 100,000 and he makes 10 cents, 20 cents on that, he'll make $10,000, $20,000 a play. Whenever he's made like 100 something, like I seen one time he made like 180,000. He bought like $1 million, $2 million of that stock. So in reality, you can't compare yourself to him because he has the capital to go in and when he trades, he's only looking for 10 cents. Now, for you, on the other hand, right, which this was something that happened to me, right? Like I was following him and looking at some of his plays, and I'm like trying to make, 10, 15, $20,000. But in reality, it's like you can't really make that unless you're getting a 50%, 100%. And he don't even get 50%. What he gets is a 10% or 5% of whatever he invests. So when he buys them, you'll go in like I said, when you're beginning, you're just getting into this thing, you make mistakes, right? And that was one of my mistakes that I did. I wasn't really understanding properly the you know his gameplay, which is he gets in, he gets out, and he's only going for 10 cents. Me, on the other hand, I will be holding for something that will give me a 25, 35%, 50%. And that's because you're coming in with smaller money. So if you want to make $5,000, you got to go in with 10,000, and that 10,000 you want to get a 50% on it, so you can make 5,000, right? But in reality, what you're supposed to do is you say, nah, I want to make 5%, 10%, and that's it. And if it goes higher than that, you leave a little something, a little moonshot, so you could feel like, oh, I didn't miss out on the thing. But you want to go in and you want to get out, right? So that's the thing that I'm gonna be doing in the course, just breaking it down for you guys, teaching you guys from my mistakes, the things that I did, and how I turned it around and flipped it to being profitable and doing it the right way. Also, too, showing you guys how to do instead of you could do day trading, but day trading is very dangerous. My suggestion will be do swing trading. Swing trading is something where you're buying low, right? Companies go up and down. It's a roller coaster for every company. Like Nvidia right now is down. Guess what? This is a moment that where you might want to go in and purchase Nvidia. And yes, it might drop a little bit more, but because it's a solid company, you know that 2 months from now, 3 months from now, right? It's gonna be up and higher than even what it was before. Okay? So that's where you do a swing trade. Now you could go in and hold it for long term and be like, well, I'm doing long term. I'm seeing this shit 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? You could do it like that. But you could also do a swing trade where you see, okay, this is an opportunity where this could be, a stock that might be going up in the next 5, 6 days. Boom, purchase right there, right? And of course, you want to have stop losses where you could say, well, if it drops below, let's say something is at $33, right? And you buy 10 of those, that's like 300 and something. And you say, well, if it drops to 27, I'm out. And that's the number that you got to say, I'm out if it drops to 27. So you really risking like $6 on your investment, right? $6 of whatever the price is. But you're expecting that it could go higher, right? So now when it does go higher, boom, You come in and you sell at that point. It could be 5 days, 6 days from now, and then you get it like that. Um, that's how I would do it, right? This is me telling you guys after 3 years, 1 year and a half of down, and then another year and a half of going back up. Okay. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. This is my Lord says people can't be taking trading seriously, can they? Yeah, you have to look at this. The people that's making the most money right now, bro, it's not people just working. It's the people who have investments. Right now, the market's so volatile, and the way how the world works right now, and inflation after the pandemic, bro. If you don't have investments, you're losing money every single day. Every single day. If you don't have a property, right? If you don't have a property, you basically losing money, right? If you don't have gold, if you don't have crypto coins, um, if you don't have stocks, you're basically losing money every single day. You could save your money, and trust me, it happened to me. Right? It happened to me. I've had a lot of money saved up in the bank account, and I could tell you that money is not worth the same thing as if I would have just went in and just left it in the stock market, put in the S&P 500, right? Or um, bought into like gold, right? So I could tell you that again, it's from experience. Sometimes, we think everything is a scam, everything is bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's just like there's rules to the game, and if you don't know how to play the game, you're gonna lose. Okay? It's just like anything in life. So you have to go in and train yourself. This is why education is so important, right? By the way, for anybody that's interested in learning how to code, learning new skills, check out codingphase.com. Links on the description. Okay? 50% off right now. Why not? All right? Yeah, so if you are out here and you're trying to get your bread up, you need to educate yourself. All right? This is something that I wish I would have done earlier, just with trading and finances, just overall. Um, because to be honest with you, like shit, I look at all my accounts, all my shit, and I'm pretty good. But to be honest with you, I'm supposed to be like at 20 million right now, like no cap, because I've had a lot of cash and a lot of capital on me. Now, by thinking like how you thinking now, right? Of like, man, all this shit's a scam, man. All this shit, man. I don't know how people taking trading seriously, right? Like that's what you said. I could tell you, I was just like you, right? There was a point where in 2017 I had a 14 bitcoins, bro. 14 bitcoins. That's 1.4 million dollars right there. I sold them when Bitcoin went up to 20,000, and then it started dropping the first time that it did that around 2017. Bro, if I would have known the shit that I know now, there's certain things that you just gotta hold. You just gotta leave it there. Okay? And yeah, you could go in and take some money out when you need something in an emergency, but you need to invest in long-term investments. Time is gonna fly by. Look over here. We've been in this channel, right, since 2017. We already passed 10 years. Okay, we basically about to pass 10 years in this shit. But I've been coding since 2011, and I've been saving money since back then. What if I would have had the knowledge, the information, right, of, you know, knowing how the markets work, or how the world works in a sense of like setting things into maybe a Roth IRA, or setting things up in a you know shit, I don't know, maybe a 401k or any of them shits. Like I never signed up for none of that shit. Like I wanted my cash. I would go to a company, if I work for a company, they'd be like, yo, you want to set up your 401k? I'm like, I'll save that money. I don't need that shit. But mind you, it's that hood mentality, that ignorance of like cash is king. But in reality, what's the point of having cash if you don't know what you're gonna do with that cash? This is why you see so many ball players. Look at this guy, what's his name, Sebastian Telfair, how he made like $20 million or $40 million or something like that, and he's back in the projects. You know what I'm saying? He's back in the projects in New York. Like that shit is crazy. To be in a project after you have 20, $40 million, that's crazy, right? And it's because of education. If you don't take the time to educate yourself, right, and learn from people that might know a little bit more than you, and you got to pay a premium. It costs, right? It's like me. Like you come in, you come to codingphase.com. I could give you all the game in the world, but the truth is the real game and what we do is at codingphase.com. Here on YouTube, this is just us having a conversation. I'm not gonna give you all the sourcing here. You know that. I know that, right? And it's the same thing with even with any of these YouTubers or people that's in finance. Like people don't really give you the whole game. Now, when they give you the game, it's when you come in and you grease their hand. That's some shit that most people don't understand. There's so many people that is like, yeah, why would I pay for this, this, and that? I'm like, stupid, because this person already achieved what you want to achieve. You just paying for the shortcut. It's like right now, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do a trading course, and not even like to teach you how to trade. It's how to use the tools and how to actually do this shit safely, right? And do it the right way, of my losses, of my fucking L's that I caught. Now you don't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? 2023 to 2024, I was like down like 80 something thousand. Got my money back though. But guess what? That's what you will be paying for. You're paying to not have it to spend 80 something thousand dollars in catching L's. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're getting. But there's people that don't understand that. I see it all the time. Be like, why would I pay for this? And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, this is why you're in the same place you're at. Me, now over time, this is what I do. When I don't know something and I believe that this person can be the person that can teach me because I've seen that they accomplish the things that I want to accomplish, I go in, I grease their hand. How much is this? 2,000 here, 2,000. Now I just skip the whole step of having to do all the mistakes. Now I'm just getting the source directly. But people don't, a lot of people don't get that. I don't know why. But I know why. It's because it's hard to come up with money, right? It's hard to work, and make money, right? It's hard for somebody. If you tell somebody, the average person right now that's making, do 8 hours, and after 8 hours leave out of a job with $89 or $100, and you tell them, hey man, you're gonna have to invest $200 in this course for you to go in and be able to make $500 a month, a day, right? With a new skill. The average person is like, bro, that's like 2 days of work for me, man. But they're not even thinking about like, yo, you're trading 2 days of your life, of your work, to be able to now earn way more, up to 3 to 5 times more than what you're already making. But they can't connect that because at the end of the day, it's like they're looking at their bottom line. They're like, man, I'm already struggling. I'm already paying for this, and that. So I got to take a risk, and maybe this shit don't work out for me. When people think like that, they stay in the same place because you want to stay in a safe space where you say, well, guess what? I'm not going to sign up to a course. I'm not going to buy anything from anybody. I'm not going to buy a mastermind or coaching or this, and that. I'm not going to do that shit. Why? That's a risk, right? But then you have to understand you stay in the same place, right? Or you do it your own way, which you could still make it your own way, but then now you're making mistakes. You get what I'm saying? Now you're making mistakes and errors and shit that you could have avoided for $200. In the long term, you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have paid that shit. It's like me, like every fucking day, I'm like, damn, I should have fucking paid for this shit, back in 2014. I should have paid somebody to teach me all this shit back in 2014 because I will see all of that. And I remember I would see like people talking about trading, investments, this and that. And I always looked at it like, oh man, this shit is a scam. This shit could be going bad, da da da. But the truth is like you're investing. There's a difference between gambling and investing, right? Gambling is when you go to a casino and you be like, yo, I got $1,000, I'm putting it on black. That's fucking random. But when you invest, you're doing research on what companies that you see, and you don't have to be like one of these guys that's like constantly doing like checking every fucking thing, everything in the news. No, you see it with your own eyes. It's like Apple. You telling me how many of you guys don't have an iPhone, right? Or how many of you guys that already developers and already in the game, y'all not using some of this AI tools? Who are the people that's making these tools, right? Who are the leaders in this? Well, you got Microsoft because it got investment on OpenAI. You have NVIDIA because of the AI chips. You have Tesla because of all of the different ways that they're going to be able to use their technology to be able to, you know, drive cars by itself, right? Which is going to be a technology. They have enough data, more data than anybody else out here. So companies like Mercedes-Benz, companies like BMW, they're going to have to buy the data from them, have to use their tools to make their cars autonomous. This is shit that just us by seeing, right? There's people that, let's say you're into fitness, you see Lululemon, right? That shit fucking blew up for, you know, in the pandemic. That shit's been going up. Then you have things like AMD. AMD is another one that when I think about it, I'm like, yo, I'm so stupid. AMD, I had like, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 shares of AMD. It was $6. Bro, I sold that shit when I made like $2,000, $3,000. Mind you, when I think about that shit, like, yo, this shit is stupid. Right now, AMD is 200 something dollars. That's 200 something thousand off me just buying some shit at $6. That's a long-term investment. These are companies that's gonna be here for a long time because it's part of tech, part of technology, what we use every single day. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you got to think about. You gotta get your mind out of the gutter, right? And understand that not everything that you see is a scam. Not everything that you see that's out here. Yes, there's people that's scamming us. Yes, there's people selling dreams, but you could see that shit, right? When somebody comes in and be like, yeah, hey, look at me with my Rolls Royce, and those guys are 100% scammers. Those guys, they don't make bread like that. People that got bread don't move like that. I'm telling you right now. Guys that you see fucking with the fucking 3 fucking chains, this and that, and it's fine because I got a couple of chains myself. But you don't even see me. Look, I could be in here with a fucking Cuban link with the fucking bust down. I don't even throw that shit here on YouTube. I only wear that shit when I'm going out to a special place or something. But I don't even use that shit to like show like, hey guys, look, I got this, and that. Trust me because I look like I got money. Nah, you know I got that bread. But you know what I'm saying? That's all I need. But that's how you know when people got bread. When you start seeing people coming in and they doing all this extra shit, the people that got bread don't move like that, bro. I'm telling you. And even for me, like, you know, even for like shit, I still had time. I needed time to also to realize a lot of this shit. Like, again, going back to the stuff, whatever happened with my fucking house and all this shit, it made me realize that you could have all of this shit and it could be gone tomorrow. But the things that don't go away is really your investments and your long-term investments. You know what I mean? Like, look, I had my GLS. I bought a GLS 2020. I had it for like 9 months. Got into an accident in Miami, had to get rid of the fucking car. Took like a $40,000 L. Did I need to buy that fucking car? No. That's 100 something thousand dollars. I could have just went in and just put it in Bitcoin. That would have been 5 Bitcoins, which would have been 500,000. Again, this is shit that you still gotta go through. You gotta learn over time. Now, you gotta make those mistakes so you could go in and learn. Like now, I'm over here like this, bro. This is me now, right? I got the Traverse, right? Fully equipped, chilling. And I used to be talking mad shit. I'm like, yo, I'm not fucking with no Fords, no this, and that. but I was still young-minded, right? Once you go through shit and you realize, I'm like, nah, why would I go in and get me another $150,000 car, right? When I could buy a fucking car cash and pay that shit off with, 60 grand, and I still got the other 60 grand or the other 100 grand to invest. You know what I'm saying? This is growth. This Joe that you're seeing is not the same Joe from 2000 and fucking 19, 2018. This is a whole different person. this is grown folks shit now. All right? It's the same thing like me, like right now. I'm planning on getting another car pretty soon, but I'm not even gonna get nothing crazy. I'm gonna get a Volvo. I always said this shit. I'm gonna go classy with it. Get me myself a CX-90, right? Get a nice little Volvo. I'm not even buying it brand new. I'm buying that shit 2020. It's gonna be 2025, 2026. I'll probably buy it 2021, 2020, around there, where I could just buy that shit with my eyes closed. Be like, yo, here's 30 grand, 40 grand, and then I'm already good. You know what I'm saying? No payments, no nothing. Just have all my other cash for fucking investments, because that's how you gotta move. You gotta do it that way. But there's shit that you're not gonna learn until you make those mistakes. And again, this is why it's so important that if you want to go in and invest in yourself, the best thing to invest in yourself is in education. Have somebody else that already achieved what you already achieved, and have them walk you down through this shit, right? And give you the pointers so you don't make those mistakes. That's like in shout out to my boy Will Motivation. If you guys don't follow him, go check him out. Dude is fucking balling. Dude got like 3 Ferraris, like he got like 7 houses, housing in Colombia, housing in Orlando. Like he does it big. But one thing that he told me, right, because around like 2021, around there, I was like feeling the pressure. I'm like, because I'm seeing all this shit, right? I'm seeing like a bunch of goofies. They got the Lamborghini Urus. They got this, and that. And, you start feeling some type of way. It's like, I know I got more bread than this motherfucker. Why I don't have one? You get what I'm saying? You start asking yourself, like, yo, am I really that guy? I don't fucking have one, right? And then I was talking to my boy, Will, and again, Will got it. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable, but he got it. So he like, nah, Joe, don't do that. It's like, you gonna make money off that? It's like, I mean, what you mean? He's like, are you gonna make money off that? Are you gonna take that car, take a whole bunch of videos, take a whole bunch of pictures, create a YouTube channel around it, make some videos about it, show your lifestyle, show this, and that? Are you gonna do that? I'm like, nah, not really. I just want it for me. And he's like, well, don't do it then. Because it makes zero sense for you to go in and buy all this stuff. He's like, yo, I got all of this stuff after I already got it, and I'm super secure, right? If you get it now, you just getting a liability for no reason, because you're not even gonna get the money out of it. These guys that you see on Instagram, TikTok, and shit like that, they make money off that shit. They make money off selling the dream. I'm not that type of person. I don't see myself going in, hey guys, here I am with my fucking Lamborghini Urus, and hey guys, I'm in my, like, that shit looks cute on a fucking, on a 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old. When you hit a certain age, a certain stage in your life, you're not even doing that shit. Like, I don't even do none of that shit like how I used to do it back in the days. So it wouldn't have made sense. And I'm grateful that he broke it down to me like that. And again, he's somebody that's up there that could give me advice and be like, yo, I already did those mistakes. You don't want to do it right now. You want to do it later on. Mind you, Will Motivation is like fucking like 10 years older than me. He's doing all this shit that he's doing now in his 40s. Why are you trying to do all this shit in your 30s when your 30s is really when you're trying to build up and solidify yourself? So your 40s and your 50s, you chilling. Now, Your kids, when they grow up, they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be 20-year-old, with the Lambo, with the this and that. But you gotta set up the foundation, right? You're the one. You're the first fucking pilgrim. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, when you're coming from nothing, you're the first one building the foundation. The person building the foundation, to be honest with you, a lot of times you don't get to do all the shit that you want to do till you're 40. And if you try to do it in your 30s, you're gonna fucking shoot yourself in the foot, and it's gonna mess up your 40s and your 50s. So when he broke it down for me like that, I was like, all right, you're right. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Reading through here. What do you think of SoFi? SoFi is another one too. That's pretty good. Open Door. I think Open Door has potential. It was dirt cheap. It was like 50 cents, 70 cents. And then it went up to $8, matter of fact, $9, $10. It went up. That was a huge opportunity. But that's what I'm telling you. Like, sometimes you find opportunities on a swing trade. Let me see, reading through here. Here's the thing: you can invest in yourself or in producing investment. Otherwise, it's just spending money. Learn this the hard way. Yep. Coding After 30 says was broke for 4 years ago. Now make 6 figures, all self-taught, online courses, and lots of networking, and still invest in my education and skills. Invest in and invest just in case I get laid off. Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. I just got mad fucking lightheaded. Fuck. I was looking down for a second. I'm about to fucking fall off. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. I need to eat, man. This is the worst thing. That's another thing too that fucked me up this last 2 years. Fucking having this thing of fucking diabetes. Like, now I don't have like high diabetes, but now if I don't eat at certain times or throughout the day, I might just fucking get fucking lightheaded. Damn, that shit was crazy. I'm like, fuck, I gotta sit down. Not because I haven't ate, bro. My wife gonna be mad. I haven't ate. I gotta eat. I was fucking coding all morning till now, and then I jumped into this live stream, and I'm like, oh shit, did I eat? Oh shit, I haven't ate. I gotta eat some fruits. Yo, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. It's shit that happens that you be like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. Right now, I'm like looking down. I'm like this. I'm like reading through the thing, and then I'm like, oh shit. And I'm about to fucking fall on my face right now. Yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta eat, guys. Sometimes I'll be going so fucking hard. You ever, gone so hard, like you fucking coding, you're doing mad shit, and you get in the zone, you forget to fucking eat. I haven't ate nothing. I think I ate a piece of bread this morning, raisin bread, and that's it. I'm redlining my fucking body. Like, yo, my body's like, yo, you need to eat, bro. Your fucking your gas tank is on empty right now, bro. Let me see. Yo, that shit was about to be bad. If I would have just went in, whoop, boom, passed out right here. No, that should be happening, bro. That should be fucking happening. Yo, for real, that shit is crazy. Good thing I caught myself, man. I caught myself right there. I said, hold on. The words started going like this. I said, all right, hold on. Let me sit down. Let me sit my ass down and think about it. Did I eat today? I'm like, shit, I didn't eat nothing. I'm like, yo, please take care of yourselves, guys. That's one thing that I'm still struggling with. Because I'm so used to not eating and just like redlining, going to sleep late, fucking, when you're a developer, if you're a developer, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we be in the zone, but when you have this thing of like diabetes, you know, in your family, like that shit's gonna hit you at some point. So I had it last year and I controlled it. But now what I have is it's like a fucking thing that my body gets depleted with energy. Like you go in and like I could be chilling and then out of nowhere, like, oh, if I didn't eat between 3, 4 hours, like at least something, a fruit or something, I start feeling like a little bit fucking dizzy, not dizzy, but like a little bit weird. You start feeling woozy or some shit. So, so now I'm like, wait, hold on, bro. Did I eat? When did I eat? I ate at 8 o'clock in the morning, a piece of bread. Right now it's 3:18. Red line in my body. I got this shit. I'm revving my body right now. Zzz. Yeah, we putting some work on this shit. Body say, yeah, cling, 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 empty. Oh my God. Yeah, man. Coding at the third says, yeah, paid off credit card debt. Yeah, bro. My shit, my fucking credit says 99%. I've never paid late anything, like ever. And I got a 1% off because a company they made a mistake. But I've had a 100% on time on everything. I've always paid all my shit on time. I pay everything. And if I use a credit card, I pay the whole shit one shot. Cause if I use this because I got the money. If I don't put shit in credit card unless I have the bread to pay it off, and it's all on automatic pay. Because in this country, it's better to be broke with credit than with money and no credit. You know what I'm saying? Too much screen time, bro. Let me see. Yep, that's the insulin resistance needs to be give a new available body is a storage mode. Diabetes runs in my family too. Yeah, bro. Natalie Esco says, "Do you trade futures?" Yeah, I trade futures, but I don't like futures. I've only like I'll be honest. Like I've won money, but then I fucking lost money. Like I'll give you an example. Like in when was it? Like September. I I was in a run. I was fucking killing it with futures. But futures is so fucking what's the word? It's so volatile, especially with Trump. Like Trump fucking he's doing too much crazy shit. Every time he tweets, the whole market drops. All right? So that shit like it's been going up. Like the stock market's been going up, but in futures don't play that shit. Futures fucking Trump sneezes, that shit down. Fucking Trump says some other shit and you think that's gonna continue going down, it pops up like crazy. And it'll be so fucking quick that you won't even have time to get out. Like I had a situation in September where I was up like 17,000 trading futures, right? Because sometimes I dip my toes into futures, right? So I'm up like 17,000 in futures. And I thought I was like, yo, this shit, I'm about to kill him. And that's the shit that even to this day I gotta fight myself to stop thinking like that. When you up, you need to pay yourself and get out. Because that's just a sign that you gotta start paying yourself. So I go in and I do some crazy shit. I go in and I say, cool, we about to kill him right now. And jumped on on a trade and bro, this shit went like fucking 100 points up. It was going down, but then it was some tweet that fucking Trump did. Some dumb shit that he did with China. I guess like they got you know, they made up or some shit like that. And then the shit just fucking went up 100 points in one candle, in one fucking a 1 minute candle went up 100 points, bro. It ate up basically from the 17,000. It ate up like fucking 8,000 of it, like, because I went all in. That's another thing too. You can't do that. Don't do that. Don't go all in. I wanted to do some crazy shit because it was too good. But then the way how I set it up, I didn't even set it up with the stop loss because it was a quick move. It was like going down, and it was going down rapidly. I was like, boom. I'm like, okay, the 17 became 23,000, and I should have just got out because $5,000 play is good. But that shit hit support, and then I'm like, okay, it went to 20. It went like 23,000, 22,000, and I'm like, it touched 1 minute, and then from there, the next candle just said, and when it went up, bro, by the time I said close, the shit went from 22,000, from no from 22,000, where I went to go press the fucking button, in that little amount of time, my shit hit $9,000. I was like, all right, bro, I'm not fucking around with futures. It's just it's too volatile. Like, you could have a good run, three three good trades, and one bad trade at the end could wipe your whole shit out. But of course, when I'm telling you guys this, is because in those situations I'm taking big risk. I'm taking huge risk, right? When I trade, you know, how I trade stocks now, I don't do it like that. But in futures, there's opportunities where you could fucking turn a 20,000 into a fucking 150,000. Because the same way how it went up, that shit could have easily went down like crazy. My mistake was that once I saw that it was support, I should have just went in and moved my fucking stop loss quick and just brought it down. Because it's better to go in and lose. I went in with 17,000. I'm already up to 23,000, which means I made around 6,000. If you up 6,000, put your stop loss right there where at least you leave with 3,000 in hindsight, right? But at the time, I was like, nah, we going for it. The market going down, bro. The market going down. We good. We gonna eat today. After it took me fucking a week and a half to get it to 17,000, bro. I started with three, and that was the thing too. Like, I made a lot of money. I didn't come out losing, because technically I only went in with 3,000. I made it all the way to 17, and then at the end, I took a huge risk. I threw the whole shit at it. I said, "Fuck it, I'm still good." And in reality, I was still good because I still made 6,000. But to be honest with you, that's not how you're supposed to do it. It's just sometimes you got to take a risk like that. Those risks could really pay off, and sometimes you could fucking lose. Now, if you try to do that shit and that's like your fucking savings, you're looking for what's the nearest bridge. You're like, yo, that's my savings. I just put fucking 6 months to save that money. Like, nah. When I take some of those risks like that, it's because I'm already up by a lot. To go from 3,000 to make it to 17, in my head, I'm like, fuck it. I'm playing with casino money in a sense. Like, but I could go in and make 100. Why not? But definitely that's not how I would tell you to trade at all. But once you get to that point and you make some bread, you're gonna have to fucking risk something. Because you're not gonna make 100K without taking a risk. Yeah, man. Get some blue light blocking glasses. Have a great day. Yeah, man. What do you think of trading full time? The market's too crazy right now. You could do it if you have a system. You could do it. I've seen some people that do it, but one thing that I notice is that a lot of people that do it full time, like they're doing a bunch of other things, because you're not gonna have like some people do it. Some people they be like they're super consistent, but the truth is like even for me, like I have like a 68, 70% win rate. You get what I'm saying? So now I could go in and have 100% win rate, but that would mean that you barely making anything. You just go in and be like, okay, let me get my 10%, 10%, 10%. So when I do take those risks, it helps me leap to the next level. You get what I'm saying? But when you're a beginner, you gotta play it safe, because most people don't have money like that to be fucking blowing and accounts and shit like that. Some people they use the prop firms. Me personally, I've never used prop firms. Technically, it will save you from having to lose your own money in a sense. Like you get $200 and you could fucking get $50,000 of money that you could use to trade. But I don't know. I don't like the idea that if you make $10,000, this company is gonna come in and take money out of the money that you made. That don't make no sense to me. When Breezy says, quarter 3 ended my risk was I lost 50K because I didn't pay myself. Yeah, bro, you gotta pay yourself. And even if it's whatever it is, you gotta fucking pay yourself, man. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm about to get out of here. I need to eat. Listen, guys, like I said, definitely check out codingphase.com if you want to come in. This is what we do, right? We come in, we help you out, give you all the courses that you're going to need, give you the curriculum that works, okay? Again, anybody that signs up in 2025, you get access to me. You get access to my meetings, accountability meetings every Monday. For those of you guys that don't sign up in 2025, don't expect those meetings to happen in 2026. Only for the people that sign up this year. Okay? So definitely take advantage. It's a really good deal. Currently, right now, we have a special that you basically paying $30 a month. Fucking dirt cheap, right? Nobody gives you 90 plus courses, curriculum, searches for jobs for you, give you the portfolio, resume, templates, give you everything. Like at $30, nobody does that, right? So I do it because I want to help people out. If I could help at least, we got 100 people here. If I could help 10 people, I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and if you sign up for the year, you save even more money, right? It ends up being 50 cents a day. It's 182 for the whole year. It's basically crackhead prices, guys. Like, straight up. So yeah, look out for that new trading course that we're gonna be dropping in December. Also check out the Future Proof email developer course that we have there, and all the other things that we have on CodingPhase. Just try out the platform. Go sign up. Okay. Again, you don't lose nothing, right? If you want your money back 7 days, I'll give you your money back. You'll be like, hey, I didn't like it. Here you go. Here's your bread, and keep it moving. Find the spot that makes sense for you. All right. Very simple. See you guys later. Peace.